Hello, welcome to this video that is just gonna be a video of me showing off trinkets basically. I come from a very long bloodline of hoarders, so I do love a good trinket and I do possess a lot of them. Also, I've been seeing a lot of videos of people showing off their trinkets and I was like, I want to do that, I want to do it. Especially because when people are over, you cannot force them to sit down and show them every single thing you own. It's a bit rude, you know, but it's not rude to make a video out of it. I do have a lot, but I did organize it in little categories, however it's said. So it's gonna be somewhat organized. We can start with my rock collection. I used to be obsessed with rocks as a kid, so much so that every single time I went to the beach, I packed like a bunch of them in my purse and then I complained the whole ride back that I had to carry a very heavy purse because it was filled with rocks. Also, I let my cat into the room because it was meowing and I felt bad. So if you hear a bit of noise or see someone pop up, it's my little kitty cat. But yeah, let's start with my rock collection. These I got while I was on a walk. I'm sure it's not marble because it's kind of impossible to find marble when you're walking. I'm aware of that, but it does look like marble to me and that's cool. By the way, I do not know anything about rocks, like nothing at all. I just think they look pretty. So if you know anything about rocks, please do tell me, I'm curious. We also have this cool looking rock. Again, no clue what it is, but here is kind of like, it looks quartzy or something like that. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of shiny. It looks kind of crystallized. Is that a word? And then there are these like yellow parts that are I believe those are sulfurs. Is that how you say that in English? I have no clue, but I got this also while I was on a walk on what used to be before like a volcano. Now it's just a mountain, but that's why I believe there are like sulfurous areas. But yeah, no clue why it looks like this, but I really like that it has different parts and some of them are shiny and crystallized. I think it looks pretty awesome. This rock is heart-shaped, as you can clearly see. I also found this somewhere. Oh yeah, I found it in my grandpa's garden, I believe. I gave it to him as a present because, you know, it's heart-shaped. That's a cute present to give someone. But yeah, after a while he died and I kept some of his things to remember him by, and one of them was this rock. I do have another heart-shaped rock, but this one my partner got for me. They went to a tropical cool island for their studies and they got me a rock that they just found on the street and it was heart-shaped. I'm very happy they know me very well. Another person who knows me very well is this other friend of mine. Cat. Another person who knows me very well is this friend of mine. They also went on vacation and they found this rock and they thought of me because I think I told them I have a rock collection. I really like it. It looks like the nail of a dinosaur. That's what it makes me think, like where. This is also a rock I found. I think this is the coolest rock I've ever found myself. Is it a rock? I don't know. It's kind of opaque. Like it's kind of see-through, but not completely. So yeah, opaque. So I think it's kind of like a crystal maybe. And it's pink, which is cool. And it has these two actual rocks embedded in it. I have no clue why it looks this way, but it's awesome. I think it's one of my greatest finds. I have this, I believe it's called the Rose of the Desert because it looks like a rose but it's a rock. And I don't know, I think it's stunning. I love it so much as a kid. I was obsessed with it. I think family friend gave it to me. It was a gift for sure. I don't really remember for sure who gave it to me, but I do treasure it. Sorry, all these trinkets are very dusty. I never dust them off, even though I should. I have this cool looking amethyst. I have no clue if it's real. My grandma says it is, but it was my grandma's. She's also a hoarder, so she had this lying around. I was like, oh, that's a very cool looking amethyst you have there, Grandma. Do you know I have a rock collection? She was like, do you now? Do you want it? I was like, but yeah, I basically manipulated her into giving me this rock, and I'm very happy I did because it's super cool. This is not really a rock. I don't know what it is. I think it looks like a crystal of sorts. I used to work at this escape room, and so from time to time people dropped things in the escape room, and if no one came back to claim them for at least 3 months, we, like the people working there, could get it. And I did. I was leaving the place because I was moving away from that city into a new one, so I took this as a kind of thing to remember this super cool job I had. These aren't rocks, but I don't know how else to call them. I guess they're fossils. That's how you call them, but I didn't want to put them in another group of trinkets, so they go with the rocks. I have these 3 cool fossils that my other grandma gave me, not the same one as the amethyst. She knew I had a rock collection, and I was weirdly into fossils at the time, even though I never learned anything about them. I just thought it looked cool. So she got me some. I have no clue if these are real. I am assuming they're not, but I have no clue. This one is like a spirally snail thing. It's cute. My favorite. This is already more awesome looking. No clue what it is again. I don't know, like to me it looks like a fish. I have no clue if it's an actual fish. It's kind of fish shaped, you know? And then we have this. This is my favorite. I don't know if my grandma told me when she gifted them to me, because that was a long time ago, or maybe I made it up, but I think it's supposed to be like a jellyfish, like the fossils of a jellyfish that got crystallized. Anyway, it looks super cool. It's pink, so that's why it's my favorite. Now we're gonna go to the next group of trinkets, which is the little things. I know that all trinkets are little things, but these are especially little trinkets that I keep. So we're gonna start with these 2 frogs, my little buddies. My sister gave them to me. Kind of, I actually bought them. I was shopping at the supermarket, as people normally do, and I was in the kids section as well because I liked browsing there. It's a fun place to be because they always have weird things in there. But yeah, they had this set of 20 frogs, and it was, I don't know, it's like, who would buy 20 frogs? Who would do that? It seems so random. And then I remembered that my sister loves frogs. It's one of her favorite animals. So I bought them and I hid them all over her room. And then I told her, I was like, hey, I hid 20 frogs in your room. Can you find them all? And she did. And then she gifted to me these 2 little frogs. And I love them. They're my buddies. Another time, I was also in the toy area at the supermarket, and I found out that the same company did like a set of 20 little toys of marine life related animals. So of course I bought them and hid them in my sister's room, and I told her, hey, there's 20 little marine life things hidden in your room, can you find them all? And she did, and she asked me which one I wanted to keep this time, and I told her this little snail. I love how she lays flat on things. I don't know why I love it so much, but I do. I think it's just very endearing. It really resembles a real snail. She's very realistic. But I like her a lot as well. And it's just the three of us hanging out all the time in my room. Another little thing is this little unicorn Pegasus. I wasn't exactly into My Little Ponies, but I used to watch them sometimes with my sister. So I believe a pony that is both a unicorn and a Pegasus is an alicorn, but I'm not sure. Anyway, she's not a My Little Pony one anyway. She is either a knockoff or just unrelated. But I have this friend, like this super dear friend of mine, and she's also very into trinkets. We share this love and give trinkets to each other, but she is way better at me than trinkets. She finds the coolest stuff ever. Oh, you can see my kitten. I believe for Christmas she sent me a package because we don't live close to each other anymore. So she sent me this package full of trinkets she got me, and one of them was this very cool and elegant looking lady. So now she just sits on one of my shelves and looks at me so I can remember my friend from time to time. Before, I used to live in Amsterdam, and once my sister visited me, so we got to gacha. I think it's called gacha, like the little machines where you put money and then a little plastic bubble comes up. Anyway, we went to a place with those type of machines, and I was showing my sister because we don't have the same thing in my own city. So we decided to get 2 little toys for us, like matching. I don't know if we were planning on getting matching ones. I think we were planning on getting matching ones from the same series, but we actually got both. A panda dumpling is very dusty and crusty because it's very old, and I brought it with me in a lot of places and suitcases, but it's still going. Isn't it adorable? It's on like this little tiny paper because it's a dumpling. But yeah, I love him. And this bone I got from the escape room I used to work at. We had a lot of skeletons there, and a lot of times they broke, and we had a lot of these little fake bones lying around, and so I got one of them because we didn't use them anyway. So that's nice. It's a nice reminder again of a cool place I worked at. Always from the same escape room, I got these 2 coins. They give them to players who play the escape room. So if you win, you get a gold coin, and if you lose, you get a silver coin. Wouldn't know about it because I got 2 gold ones because I only won. I got these dice. It's a sex dice. My mom got it for me when she was in Spain. Recently, she went in Spain for vacation, and she sent me a message being like, "Hey, I went to a sex shop and I got you something." I was like, "What the fuck did you get me?" That's a weird thing to say, but it was only a sex dice. She thought it was funny, and it is. It's hilarious. I'm never gonna use this, but it's funny to have. I got this little portrait of a beetle. I don't love insects, but I think they're cool. I like them. I vibe with them. And my sister gifted this to me, I believe for my birthday or something. But she made it. She made this little thing and then put a picture of a cool beetle inside. I need to put on the back like something to hang it up, but until then I just have it laying around. Sometimes I look at it and it looks super cool and I love it. Hi. Ooh. Another trinket that my grandma gifted to me is this little matchbox that then opens up and is this miniature mountain place. It's useless, but it's so cute. I love it so much. I was at her house and I was just looking around and I saw this. I was like, what's that? And I opened it. I was like, crazy, that looks so awesome, it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And she was like, you can have it if you want. I was like, thank you, I love you. I do love my grandma, but she has a lot of cool things like this, so I'm always happy when she gives it to me. Then we have these little plastic cupcakes that actually opens up to reveal some lip gloss. The smell's actually still very good. Ooh, smells like candy. Anyway, I don't use it anymore as a lip gloss because I've had it since I was like 10 or something. But it looks cute, so it's still hanging around even if it's not being used. Say hi! Say hi to everyone! Isn't it cute? Oh, okay, it doesn't like being picked up. But it was destroying things, so I needed to intervene. Another little trinket I have, and I believe the last one. Yes, this is the last little thing I have. It's this lighter. I recently got it a couple of days ago, like this cherry festival where they were selling a lot of very delicious tasting cherries, but there was also a booth with a couple of like random vintage knickknacks, and they had a lot of cool looking lighters that were different shapes. Like one was shaped like a wheel, another one like a biscuit, but I thought this was the coolest one. Look how royal it looks. This guy means business, and the business is lighting up things. How it works is that you push this. Oh, I'm very weak. You push this, and then it's supposed to turn on, but I need to put some fluid in it so I can start using it. But I'm not a smoker, so I don't really use lighters. But you know, it's always useful to have a lighter with you, and also I have a lot of friends that are smokers, and sometimes either they or random people in the street ask me if I have a lighter with me that I can borrow. So I'm gonna start using this little dashing guy. Now we get to another group of trinkets. I call it the little buddies. Not to be confused with the little things. These are buddies, not things. They're slightly bigger, except one. One is very tiny. He feels a bit insecure about it, so don't make fun of him for that. Let's start with the tiny one. It's this little gnome. We have been best friends for a long time, and it also likes to sit on things. Ooh. My sister went to Sardinia when she was like 10 or something. It was her first school trip, going far away and sleeping without our family, just with her classmates. So she got little gifts for everyone to celebrate, and she got me this dashing little gnome. Because of that, she is very special for me. I don't know, it's just like the first gift my sister ever got me. And he has this very big hat that makes him very nice. It is a bit chipped. I don't know if you can tell, but he has a little bit of a chipped hat, but because I brought it with me everywhere wherever I moved, so it has been through a lot. But I don't really care if it has a chipped hat. You know, friends care for each other despite the fact that you have a chipped hat. They just care about what you have inside your heart, and he has a very big heart despite being a very tiny man. We have Nosferatu. My sister's boyfriend made it for me as a birthday present, so that was very cute. It is in a jar because he brought it to me in a jar so it wouldn't break, and then I kept it in the jar because I was supposed to move within like a month or so. So I was like, I'm gonna take it outside of the jar when I move, and I actually settled down. And then I brought him out of the jar, and he stinked so badly. I have no clue what material he used to make it, maybe clay. Anyway, I don't know if it was because it stayed inside of here for so long, or I don't know, it was stinky as fuck. It stinked up my old room, so I put him back into the jar, and now he's is there. It's like the rainbow dash. We have Hairbird, this little tiny cool buddy of mine. It was also a present. Then my friend, the same one that gave me the unicorn, she also gave me this little buddy. I think this was the first present she ever gave me. I don't know, but I love him so much. I love how it jiggles. Sometimes when I'm anxious, I just put it in my hand and I just give him a jiggle. Like, I don't know, I find him very relaxing. He is also a bit chipped here. I don't know if I did it or if it was originally like that, because I know it comes from a secondhand shop. But I love him despite his flaws, and it's not even his flaws, it's a flaw of like the little leaf he's on, but he's charming anyway, and I love him. I have this cool Miffy lamp. I don't know if this counts as a trinket, because I always think of trinkets as like just useless stuff you have lying around, but a lamp is kind of useful. But this doesn't turn on anymore. I need to change the batteries. This was a present that my mom gave me when I moved to the Netherlands. We were in the Netherlands together. She helped me with the move and with unpacking everything and settling down. So once we were at this shop, this touristy shop, and she loved this. She thought it was the cutest thing ever, and she bought it for me. It was like, whenever you're sad or you feel alone or miss me, you can just light this up. And I used to do it a lot. When I first moved, I used to turn this on and think about her at night and be like, oh, I miss my family. That's why maybe it doesn't turn on anymore. It's been a while. She kept me company when I was all alone, and I cherish her a lot for this. Also, I'm starting to become a very big fan of Miffy because I'm learning Dutch, and one of the things I'm doing to learn Dutch is watch old Miffy cartoons, or Ninja cartoons. I don't know if I mispronounced that. Please don't tell me. I'm very bad at Dutch. But I'm trying, I swear. Another little rabbit I have, it's this Alice in Wonderland rabbit. He has a little bucket behind him. This is also a present, but from my grandma. Right before I moved to Amsterdam, she gave this tiny rabbit to me. Then she gave another one to my sister, and I believe she has also one for herself. And we all have matching rabbits, and I think that's super cute. Finally, we have this little mime guy. His name is Nana, and he was a present from my sister to me for my birthday, and I love him. My dream is to dress up exactly like him, do the same sleigh makeup as him, and then I will put him in a little purse, and then we can go out together and grab a drink and chat about guys or something. Next category is music boxes. Starting from this one that plays the, I don't remember. Oh, it's the one of the spider. It's the spider one. But yeah, I don't remember. I think I got it from a toy store that sold also cool things like this, and I don't know, I don't have much to say, it's just cool. I have this other music box that plays the song San Martino. Cool as fuck song, but there's like the Virgin Mary and the baby. I believe this was a present for my baptism. I have had it since I was a little kid, so that's why it's very special to me. It's a bit beat up, but it's because I've had it for a long time, and I think I will have to replace the ribbon because it's dirty, but I like it a lot. Then we have this other music box that plays a mysterious song I don't recognize, but it has these two little kids on there. It's also like a bit, you know, it's been going through things. It has been through things. And then there is this other illustration behind. It's super old. I believe it was either my great-grandma or my great-great-grandma even. I also have this beautiful snow globe with a little ballerina and her dog. And if I turn this around, it plays. It's a bit broken because I think I dropped it once or something. But it's beautiful. My sister got this for me because she knows how much I love music boxes like this. And it's the only one I own. And with music boxes like this, I mean with a ballerina. I always wanted a music box with a ballerina. Finally, this is not a music box. It's another snow globe, but I didn't want to put it by itself. It's a Christmassy one with a little gingerbread house and a little gingerbread fake base here. My best friend got it for me for Christmas. It's supposed to be out only at Christmas, but I really like snow globes. But yeah, I love it. The last category is boxes. Are boxes trinkets? Arguably not. But I wanted to show you anyway because they're cool. And I can never show people my cool boxes. And what are you gonna do? Sue me? You cannot. So we're gonna start with this tiny box. That is a bit more like a trinket because it's so tiny. My partner got this for me for, I don't remember, maybe it was my birthday, maybe our anniversary. I really don't remember. It's a bit beaten up because it's from a thrift store. It's still super cute anyway. And it just adds to the charm, you know. And inside I put a piece of key. It's the key of the first apartment my partner and I shared. We lived together for a couple of months before we had to start being long distance, and they broke their key by mistake, so we got a new one. Of course, it wasn't a big deal, but I kept the broken piece in here to remember our first house together. Another tiny box is this super cool one with this cool sun that is shiny and gold. My partner's brother and his girlfriend got it for me. I put inside some stickers that I didn't know what to do with, and apparently a little tiny ticket things that says, "Whatever our soul are made of, his and mine are the same," by Emily Bronte. Cute. Then we have this beauty. She's jingly because she has jewelry inside, but it's this little mime box that I got recently for like €1 or something like that. Super cool, super awesome. She's sad but mystical. She's like sad in a cool girl way. Finally, this is straight up just a jewelry box. It's not a trinket, but it's cool and I wanted to show you. Look at it, look at it. Again, it has jewelry inside, but it has this little tiny seal playing with a little ball, and it's so you can open it and close it, and it's beautiful and I love it. My grandma gave it to me. Oh my god, I forgot the most important box of them all. I mean, I forgot about it because it's technically another group of trinkets. It's my trash collection. It's my trash trinkets, and they're all in this gorgeous little basket that my partner brought for me from one of their trips. And inside, they're just trash. Just trash. With that I mean like little knickknacks that are they're basically trash, but I found them either in the street or I don't know, it's just useless stuff that I thought was very cool and I wanted to keep. It's beautiful. I love it so much. It brings me so much joy to just whenever I find like one of these little things and bring them home with me. It just warms my heart and makes me such a happy person. I used to have another trash collection like this when I was a kid, but then I stopped because I wasn't a kid anymore. And then I was like, you know what I really miss? I miss collecting trash from the street. So I started again, and I'm so happy that I started again. And yeah, that's it. That's my collection. That's all thing. We did it. I thought I was never gonna be able to do it. It's not that much, but it is quite a bit. I just love little things, and I love trash. I think, I don't know, when things are shiny or cute, or doesn't matter if they are not useful, they just bring people joy, and that's the matter. Again, I've been watching a lot of trinket videos, so I'm very happy that more and more people are finding joy again in collecting all of these. I've been going at it since I was, again, a little kid, so I'm happy. I am a bit worried about blind boxes. Now I'm gonna sound like a boomer. I think whatever makes you joy brings you joy. It doesn't really matter. But I've seen in all these trinket videos I feel like they are being dominated by these plastic little toys, and like, that's perfectly fine. Do whatever brings you joy. If those bring you joy, absolutely collect them. Who am I to tell you not to? The only thing I'm worried about is that all these trinkets I showed you, they're quite different from each other. They're unique and fun. They have a story behind them. They have memories, or they are things that maybe are a bit harder to find. I like to think that, at least. And it's not like you have to have the most unique things, or everything has to have deep, meaningful things. Like a lot of the things I have are just fun. That's why I got them. I'm just afraid that capitalism, I feel like capitalism, but it is. I fear that like capitalism is taking this thing that was very fun and taking all the whimsy and uniqueness out of it. And again, it's completely fine to have blind boxes and to like them. Honestly, I think they're cool. I don't have them just because they're 16 euros, and I hate spending money. I spend too much money, but I hate spending money, so that's just the reason why I haven't committed to them. But that being said, if you have them and if you like them, maybe also try to peruse your streets and see if there are like any cool shops or vintage places or street markets where you might find other type of trinkets that maybe aren't just the plasticky ones that everyone has. I hope I'm not sounding too judgy. I really don't want the takeaway to be like, oh, I'm judging you. But again, just if you enjoy that, it's cool. Maybe see if you enjoy also buying other type of trinkets. Yeah, I think that's it. That's all I wanted to say. So yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble on and on about things. Literally just things. I'm so happy. I'm just happy. I love to talk about my knickknacks. So thank you, and I'll see you another time.